All right, let's go to Tom Hamburger. He's an investigative political reporter with the Washington Post and joins us now from their newsroom. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks. Good to be with you.
What will be the defense, do you think, for Paul Manafort? Have we heard much about that today?
Yes, we did hear an opening statement from one of Manafort's attorneys this morning. He's claiming that these charges, tax evasion and bank fraud, really are the responsibility of others, not of Paul, that he was taken advantage of by aides, accountants, and others who were not paying close enough attention. And if mistakes were made, they were not his. His lawyer opened by asking Paul Manafort to stand and said he's proud to represent him, and cited Paul's long history, and it is an impressive history, of working in U.S. politics as a political consultant.
All right. What about the other side? We know, or we read today, that they referred to Manafort as a liar. That was going to be key to this investigation.
They did indeed, in the opening statement from the prosecution, described Paul Manafort as a person who was knowingly living a lavish lifestyle at the expense, in a sense, of U.S. taxpayers. The charges in this case are that Manafort laundered money, brought in funds to the United States, $15 million to be exact, on which he did not pay taxes, and he deliberately sought to evade taxes, in part to support this lavish lifestyle. There was a fun detail introduced, we'd not heard it before, that one of the suits that Manafort purchased during this period and apparently wore was a $15,000 suit made of ostrich.
Whoa.
Hadn't heard of that before. But in any case, there was that detail, and there were other extensive descriptions of the lifestyle that Paul Manafort lived, owning Mercedes, Land Rovers, and houses in the Hamptons, New York City, and Palm Beach, Florida.
So, Tom, this trial does not really touch or connect to Donald Trump, per se, during that campaign period, does it?
Well, one of the things that we've heard at the outset is that Russia may not be and Russian collusion or conspiracy may not be a topic in this trial, but it's very much in the background and part of this, in a sense. The extraordinary amount of money that Paul Manafort received from his clients in the Ukraine, $60 million, according to the prosecutor's opening statement today, came from a political party supported by oligarchs considered friendly to Vladimir Putin. And so one of the things that is really the basis of this case, even though Russia is not being mentioned overtly, is that it was Russian money or supporters of Russia that were, in a sense, fueling Paul Manafort's lifestyle through this period.
And just to round this out, Tom, we haven't really heard the president lately refer to the case against Paul Manafort. I mean, he's not a man who keeps separate the court and politics necessarily, but in this particular period, we haven't heard from the president on it.
Well, we've heard a couple of things from the president, not today, but in recent weeks, and he said a couple of things that are interesting. One is he has sought to minimize Paul Manafort's role in his campaign. He was campaign chair, but as you know, his term was cut short because of the revelations of his name showing up on off-the-books accounts worth millions of dollars in Ukraine. Second, the president has said Paul Manafort has also referred to him as a good man and a guy who's been unfairly treated, saddled with a very aggressive prosecution that he has described as a witch hunt.
Wow. All right, Tom Hamburger, got to leave it there, but thank you for your time today.
Good to be with you.